Good day to you people. My name is Mohit, and guys, welcome to part 2 of working with the motion Tween and the motion editor. Okay, so let's start. Let me click on the create new Actionscript 3 button. The stage, as always, is white in color, 550 by 400 pixels in size. Let me draw an oval object using the oval tool, pressing the shift key, making sure that it's a perfect circle. Let me highlight it like this. Let me say create a symbol, keeping the registration point top left. Let me say okay. Let me tuck it in the corner, top left corner, well, roughly there. Cool. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna say create motion Tween, and automatically you will see that flash inserts 24 frames, which equals the FPS. I'm gonna increase, or rather I'm gonna stretch it to, let's say, 72. Okay, so by default flash covers 72 frames in 3 seconds. Cool. Right, and on the 72nd frame, guys, I'm gonna take this ball and I'm gonna place it in the bottom right corner. If I were to hit Control Enter right now, guys, you will see that a simple slow motion tween taking place. Right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it back to the top left corner like this. Right, I'm gonna hit the motion editor. Alright, and then, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll down where it says simple slow. Out here you see this plus button, and I'm gonna click on this plus button, guys, and I'm gonna show you certain cool effects. Now let me go on adding certain types of eases. Let me go with let's say bounce in. That's the first one. Let me also show you stop and start fastest. That's the second one. Let me also add sine wave, square wave, and sawtooth wave. Cool, guys. If I were to scroll down, you can see that the simple slow ease, although it can have a value between plus and minus 100, has been defaulted to 0, so I'm going to keep it at 100. Alright, the bounce in always is defaulted to 4. I can change this value. The stop and start always defaults to 50. The sine wave, or the sine wave, I don't know how do you pronounce it, is 3. The square wave is 3 as well. The the sawtooth wave is defaulting to 3 as well. Okay. So does it actually mean that I've applied all these eases together? No, not at all. It doesn't mean that. Okay, let me go right to the top where it says basic motion, and out here, guys, have a look. I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna choose start and stop fastest. Okay, then I'm gonna hit Control Enter on the keyboard, guys, and notice the change. In fact, it's not so clear right now. Let me go back. Let me go down, and where I actually see that it's been set to a value of 50, let me increase to a full 100. Let me hit Control Enter once again, and let's see that. Okay, I'm gonna do something. You can see that it starts off fast and ends up fast. In the middle it kind of slows down, but it's still not very clear. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it from 72 to, let's say, a 48. Right, maybe it'll be more prominent now. Control Enter the keyboard, guys. Yep, can be seen quite clearly now. Okay, let me go back to frame number 1, hit motion editor, and this time, guys, let me go back up, and where it says basic motion, I'm gonna choose no ease. That's the way it was earlier. And guys, have a look out here. You have the X and the Y out here. For the Y, I'm gonna do something. On frame number 1, I'm on frame number 1, guys. I'm gonna choose, let's say, bounce in, and if you remember, the value had defaulted to 4. Okay, let me hit Control Enter and see what has happened now. Oh, very, very cool. So if I choose bounce in and set the Y to bounce in, this is what happens. Alright, what if I were to set the Y and the X both to bounce in? Let's try that as well. There you go. Well, not making much of sense actually, so I was happy to keep the Y bounce in and this at no ease. What if I were to interchange? Let's see what would happen. Let's say no ease out here, and for the X let me say bounce in. Let me just test. Well, a different kind of a motion. Anyways, alright, let me set the X to noise once again, and for the Y let me choose let's say a sine wave. Control enter to test. There you go, that's sine wave. And let's go with the square wave. Let's see what happens. Oh, alright, kind of funny. What if I were to choose sawtooth wave? Control enter to test. Right, that's saw wave tooth. And guys, obviously you can go down out here and you can change the number of times you know, it should either bounce or have the wavy pattern. You can change the pattern by changing this number. For example, if I were to, let's say, put the sine wave to 7, if I go back up out here and let me go back to sine wave, let's check it out now. Right. Okay, so guys, you can actually apply different eases, and you can either apply to the X or the Y. Alright, and you can mix them up together, although it wouldn't really make much of a sense. For example, let me combine 4 sine wave, let me combine sine wave that has been attached to Y along with, let's say, stop and start fastest. Even I can't predict what's going to happen now, so control enter on the keyboard to test, guys. So some funny pattern, some bizarre pattern that even I couldn't predict, guys. So suit yourself, give it a try. Through trial and error, I'm sure you'll come up with something fantastic. Motion editor is a fantastic tool, guys. It's a must use for people who love to animate a lot. Okay, doesn't involve Actionscript 3, which over the years that I've taught, I've understood isn't everyone's favorite. So people who would want to keep away from the scripting part, the coding part, and yet would like to have awesome animation effects, guys, use the motion tween along with the motion editor and pull out a rabbit out of the hat. Alright, I'll see you very soon with yet another Flash and Actionscript 3 tutorial, or it could be Dreamweaver CS 5.5. You have a good day. Bye bye. Peace.